I'm ready to put some makeup on my face. What I already have on my skin is the Coats Face Moisture Lightly Tinted Sunscreen, SPF 35. And then I did go ahead and apply the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer to my T-zone, as you're seeing in the demo now. I haven't used this enough to really have an opinion either way, but I am keen to try the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. There's Lucille. She's going to hide from the camera now, but she's been wanting to film with me again lately, which is fun. But I've been wanting to try the Matte Putty Primer with this dewy foundation from Wet n Wild, the Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. I have mine in the shade Buff Bisque, and I just thought, why not try this out today? I like to apply this one with my fingers, and I haven't worn this since it got like super duper hot here in Colorado, so we're gonna see how it does today, specifically with the matte putty primer. I'm just gonna kind of like lightly rub this into my skin with my fingers, and then I'm gonna go in with my damp beauty blender. So I just thought it would be fun today to go ahead and do a drugstore slash affordable get ready with me. I've just been on fire for drugstore makeup lately. Again, I love all kinds of makeup. I'd mentioned recently that I've been trying some cult classic drugstore concealers, and this is one of them. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Nope, never tried this one, and I can't believe it. I have mine in the shade 15 Light, and I, like a lot of people, have been using the Robert Welsh concealer technique. So that's kind of how I'm going to be applying it today. You get one dot on the outer part of the eye, 2 dots on the inner part where you have the most discoloration or darkness, and then blending them out individually before you bring the concealer under in the middle of the eye. But it has made such an immense difference in what my concealer looks like under my eyes. So I really am enjoying that technique. I've been trying it with different concealers. This is a win for me. I cannot believe I did not try this sooner. It's just a great straightforward concealer that's not super dewy, but it's not super dry. It's not dry at all. And it's just a really nice concealer. Are you guys a fan of the Fit Me concealer? I'm curious. It's such a cute little package too. I can't believe how small it is, but it is affordable. I think that's great. I mean, just with 3 tiny little dots, it does enough coverage, but not too much, and it doesn't look dry, and I'm just loving it. I'm gonna quick whack on some powder. This is just my tried and true number 7 Perfect Light Pressed Powder in Translucent. Nothing new, but still just amazing. Just the most amazing powder I've ever used. If number 7 ever stops making this powder and the Lift and Eliminate powder, it will be a sad, sad day for me. Like, terrible. It sets the face without making it look powdery or dry, and it just works beautifully. You can still see the glow in my skin, still looks like skin. Alright, new to me but definitely not new to the market is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. I have mine in the shade 02 Sunkissed, and why does nobody ever talk about the fact that this has a smell? I really like this so far. I am working on learning more so placement for my color cosmetics in terms of where to place them on my particular face. So if you see me doing things a little differently, that would be why. And so I've really been learning a lot, like I said, from Robert Welsh. I will have him linked down below in case you haven't jumped on that train yet. But man, is he great at teaching. And I can really see why people like this bronzer too, I will say that. It's silky, it's soft, it's very, very blendable. Definitely quickly becoming a matte bronzer favorite. And hopefully the fan's not too obnoxious because I can't help it. It's hot. It's hot. For blush, I have a fun one. You might have seen this around on a couple people's channel. I've seen this on Taylor Wynn's channel. I've seen this on Mandy Lee's channel, and I'll link them down below. But it's the DUPE Juicy Pang Blusher. You can get this on YesStyle. I personally got mine on Amazon. It's a little more pricey on Amazon. This is in the shade PK04. If I can find the actual name of it, I think it's grapefruit, but it might be a different one. I'll put it down in the description box. Everything will be linked down there. And it's kind of this little nail polish bottle thing going on. But this is just the prettiest corally shade for summer. And I talked about in my summer makeup essentials video that I did, which I can link for you, that coral blush is an absolute must for me. And I am loving this one. It's just like, it's like watercolor, isn't it? It's like so pretty. And it's really easy to use too. You have quite a bit of time to work with it, especially if you use a damp sponge, but it works really well with your fingers or brush as well. Just depends on how fast you want to get it on. Oh yeah? You need out? Okay, hold on. We got to do the blush. I just think this is such a cute little fresh blush situation. It's so nice. If you like a really light blush, this would be beautiful. They have a lot of shades in this one, and it's just really easy to use. If you're a little bit scared of liquid or cream blush, I would recommend starting with something like this. It's very sheer, but it definitely, you know, shows up too. We'll see how much my face is eaten by the end of it. This little highlighting palette I haven't used for a while. I've definitely considered decluttering it a couple of times, but I pulled it out today. It is the e.l.f. Glow Gleam Beam highlighting palette. Looks like this. This white shade is a glitter bomb, and it's pretty much useless unless you want like a dupe for the Fenty glitter bomb. It's kind of similar to that. It's just sheer with mostly glitter. But these two shades up here, this more like nude and peachy one, are really beautiful. These down here are quite metallic, so if you like a more blinding highlight, this is a great option. But I think I'm gonna mix these two up top today. It's definitely pretty. The nude one I've used more than anything. Just a nice soft glow, I think. I do like a soft, more subtle highlight. Not that you couldn't, you know, build it up to a lot more than that. I think that's really pretty. It's just nice and glowy without being too crazy. Okay, I'm gonna pop off of here real quickly and pencil in my brows and apply my eyeshadow primer. For brows, I'm still using the CoverGirl Ultra Fine brow pencil. I have mine in the shade Soft Brown. Not my favorite, but certainly decent. Performs well enough. And I'm going to be using my MAC paint pot and painterly. All right, we are back. Brows are penciled and primer is on. And this does not come from the drugstore, this eyeshadow palette, but it is extremely affordable and consistent with drugstore pricing, and that is the Alter Ego Sahara palette. This is the dupe for the Natasha Denona Biba palette, and I really wanted to do a bronzy look today with this bronze in here. I love a bronze eye look for summer. I think I'm gonna first start off in the crease with this shade right here called Sands. That is the lightest matte in the palette. And just kind of get this started in the transition and crease area before I go in with anything else. I'm now gonna go in with my finger into the bronze shade, which is called bronze. how appropriate. And I'm gonna place that all over the lid, and then we're gonna blend that up into the crease a little bit as my crease shade. This is one of my favorite ways to apply a very simple eye look. And you know, I think a lot of us might agree that simple is sometimes the name of the game during the summer. And I'm just placing this all over the lid, all the way up to the crease. I'm pulling it up a little bit on the outer third of the eye where I want that lift. I bought this because I was so very tempted by the DUPE palette, and that's just ridiculous to me. My other Natasha Denona palettes I feel like are at least somewhat unique to my collection, but the DUPE palette would just be another beautiful neutral palette in my collection, and I just don't want to pay $129 for that. And then my very favorite type of brush to use for this type of application, where I'm placing one shade on the lid and blending it up into the crease, is like a little duo fiber brush like this one. It has the dark bristles, which are shorter and more dense, and then it has these lighter bristles which are more fluffy, more sparse, and longer. And this really helps diffuse shadow beautifully, especially when you're working with a little bit of a shimmer in your crease. So I just like to just lightly work this into the crease and buff along the edges here. And I just think this is such a quick and easy eye look. This is something I do a lot with my Charlotte Tilbury cream eyeshadow in Marie Antoinette. And as you can see, it's super quick. You just pat this all over your lid, blend it up into the crease, and call it a day. And then I'm going to take this really pointy pencil brush right here and take the same shade Bronze on just like the outer third to half of the lower lash line. This is also something that I do with my cream shadows. I feel like I want just a really soft application of this sort of mustardy yellow right here, which is called Plains, on a small fluffy brush. I kind of start this on the inner part of the crease area and buff it outward. I do think the quality of these shadows is really, really nice. I know the DUPE palette does contain cream to powder, a couple cream to powder shadows, and I do love that formula, but not enough to pay the $125 for it. I want just a little tiny something in the inner corner. So I think I'm gonna go in with this gold shade called Mirage. The shimmers in here are real winners. So I'm gonna take this gold just in the very inner corner, just to highlight, brighten, and open up the eye just a little bit. All right, for lashes, and I will speed through this, but I do want to show this. I am using the new by L'Oreal Bambi Eye Mascara. I have been liking this mascara, which is unusual because I'm not usually a fan of these sort of like silicone wands, but this one's working very well. Definitely gives you length and definition. So there's what it looks like. I mean, I don't say that I would have like any kind of super fantastic eyelashes or anything, but this kind of makes it look like I do. Alright, for lips, I have a really fun coral lip that I want to use from ColourPop. So I'm going to first line my lips with my Perfect Nude liner from MAC without the fuzz, and this is the shade Whirl. Alright, lips are lined, and I'm going to go in with this beautiful coral shade called Topanga from the Lippy Sticks line from ColourPop. This is one of the satin shades. That's pretty. All right, because it's a satin, I am gonna go ahead and blot it on my hanky here. Just a little. And now I'm gonna put a gloss over top. This is the Color Pop. No, it is not. This is the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade Luminoso. Pick a little bit up on my finger so I don't get the dough fit messy. I'm just gonna use my Essence Make Me Brow in the shade 02 Soft Brownie Brows to set my brows into place. Very affordable. I think we look pretty bronzy and beautiful. I'm gonna pop off of here real quick, do something with the hair, throw on some jewelry, and we'll come back for my final thoughts on some of these products. All right, we are back, and this is the completed bronzy summer look. I really like this. I enjoyed every single product that I tried today. I'll be interested to see how the Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation holds up over the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. But the things that actually really stood out to me today were number one, the Juicy Pang Blusher from DUPE. I love this. I really, really love this. This is a beautiful shade for summer. It goes with the lip perfectly. I'm also really glad that I pulled this out today. This is really beautiful. I think I'll keep this out on my desk for a little while and then I will get some use out of it. And then of course the Sahara palette from Alter Ego. This is really beautiful. I can see myself reaching for this a lot, not only because of the sort of range of neutrals in here, but you have the perfect shimmers as well. You have a bronze, you have a very light, flattering gold for most skin tones, and then you have this really beautiful champagne with maybe just a hair of pink or peach to it. It's just stunning. They blend really beautiful. I loved the bronze for this mostly one eyeshadow look that we did today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on the look. And with all of that said, I hope you're staying safe and well and sensible, and I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful bronzy summer makeup days. And I will see you in my next video real soon.